I'm Scott from Hartstead Productions, the Northwest #1 multi-camera video production company, and joining me in the studio today is Jay Allen and Amanda Daniels.
Hello.
Welcome, thank you for joining me.
Pleasure.
Jay, tell us a little bit about yourself and your company.
So we are MyTrue North, the UK's leading ethical coaching company. We provide business coaching for business owners looking to be able to move from a growth model to a scale model. And I'm also the founder of the Add a Zero Business Challenge.
Fantastic, thank you for joining me. And Amanda, same question to yourself. If you could tell us a little bit about you and your business, that'd be great.
My name's Amanda from Koogar. We are an integrated marketing consultancy based in Warrington. So we help people with their customer journey and the integration of their marketing. So that basically means we pull it all together for them. What tends to happen is people have a website, social media, but none of it actually talks together. That's where we come in.
Fantastic, and thank you for joining us. So Jay, you work with a diverse range of companies from many different sectors of the business world, from both financial institutions right through to beauticians and hair salons. So it doesn't get much more diverse than that.
Quite.
How do you feel about the evolution of video in the business world and the implications that it has to you and your business?
Like you say, I've been involved with both video and web for quite a number of years now. I recall paying thousands to have me as an animation that came on and introduced myself to the homepage of my first ever website. And it looked a little bit scatterbrain and a little bit off the wall. It was revolutionary at its day, but things have passed somewhat since then. And then more recently, going to a Google Garage event where they were talking about by the year 2020, 80% plus of online content being absorbed through the medium of video, and me realising the massive importance it plays, not just in my business, but in all of my clients' businesses. It doesn't matter whether you're a financial institution or whether you're a beautician or anywhere between the two. People need to understand that when we moved away from the high street and onto web, when we moved onto the internet, we lost that personal connection. It became a clinical, sterile, clean environment on web, which I'm sure you've seen yourself. But in doing so, it loses that personal touch. And the importance video plays is to be able to put back that emotional connection into something which is otherwise just a clinical decision. And people don't seem to understand or comprehend the importance that plays in people's decision-making process. If we can only see something that's clean and it works at a superficial level, if we just read the words or we see some images, it helps us to be able to make a decision. But in actual fact, to be able to have a video play where you can actually look into the whites of the eyes of the person who you're actually integrating and interacting with, if you can understand the person behind the business and you can build an emotional connection with them, which is only capable either in one-to-one face-to-face, as we're doing today, or through the medium of video, then they'll start to grasp the need to have video throughout the website rather than just on a homepage.
And what would you say to businesses that don't currently have video content on their website? Where could they start?
For me, for any business to be able to move from that growth model that we spoke of at the very beginning through to a scale model, people need to be able to associate and assimilate with you and your business. They need to understand who you are and why you do what you do. So to be able to have a video either on the homepage or a landing page, or possibly just even on the About Us page, to be able to put some human elements to an otherwise clinical and sterile environment, might be a good place to start, even if it's just to be able to help people understand how to get around the website that you want. You know, Amanda's far more astute than I with regards to understanding the customer journey, and maybe a video to help people understand how to get the most out of the website might be a good place to start.
Fantastic, nice comments there. I mean, I know you both of you use social media as a form of video, so you both do masterclasses and live videos, so you'd like to use the Facebook Live button quite a lot. What is it that makes you use the live video? What benefits does that give you as a business to press that live button and to go live?
I think for me, really, Video, as you know, we've been working with you for a number of years, and video, as you know, can be really daunting to some businesses. And as soon as that camera turns on, you can see the red light flashing at you. You just forget your name, you forget who you are and what you do, which is why Facebook Live is amazing, okay? Because you don't have a choice. You push that button and it counts down 3, 2, 1. And you are live to your page, your group, the world, whoever is watching you. So I think the benefit of doing it is, number one, you haven't really got a choice. You've got 3 seconds to work out what you're going to say and what you're going to do. Hopefully, you've planned what you're going to say before then. But the other thing is, it's a safe environment. So because it's on Facebook, you can actually say, do I want to publish that live so that everybody can see it? Or do I just want to keep that for me? Do I just want to test it and make sure that it's only me who's seeing it and I've come across in a way in which I want people to see me at? Does that make sense? Because when you're in front of the camera, you're panicking, your mouth goes dry, you forget your name, you forget who you are, and then when you actually watch yourself back, it's completely different. You do come across confident and you do come across in a different way. So I think Facebook Live is fantastic for that. You can actually do that on YouTube as well.
So for the Facebook Live videos that you do, because I've seen quite a lot of your Facebook Live videos, you do it quite on quite a regular basis. In fact, both of you do. Before you go live on Facebook, what kind of things do you do to prepare for that? Do you tend to just, I'm sure a lot of people think that Facebook Live is just, you press the button, off you go, and you know, Bob's your uncle, there it's all done. But I get the impression that, especially from yourself, Amanda, being, you know, the planner that you are, that you have everything planned out in advance, even your Facebook Live videos.
Well, I'm glad that it comes across that way, because sometimes it doesn't happen. You know, a lot of the time I do plan what I'm going to say. I know what I'm going to say in advance. But sometimes you want to go live because something has made you feel either annoyed, angry, happy, sad about something, and you just want to share and get off your chest something that you just want to share with people. Does that make sense? So you just go live and you haven't really planned it. And I've done that quite a lot. I've done that, which is also a good thing because it counts down to 3 and you've got, you know, you've just got to go, essentially. But I think the biggest benefit of Facebook enabling you to do that and for you to plan, all you actually need is bullet points. You're already really good at what your subject is. You know, I'm sure that if anybody asked you a question about your subject, you could just talk forever about it. Yeah. We could all do that, couldn't we? To be fair, I think all you need is bullet points. And what I generally do is, if I don't have notes in front of me, depends on how much I'm going to say. Sometimes I need to say something in a particular way, which is, you know, I'll write it down in front of me, and that's not a bad thing. You don't have to be one of these perfect people who get it right first time, because it doesn't happen really, does it? Let's be honest. So, you know, either it's written down in notes, or I have a post-it note just under the camera, so my eyes just go straight under, and it just tells me and reminds me what I need to talk about. And it's as simple as that.
If you're a business and you're considering video for the very first time, what hints and tips or what things could you suggest would help them break that first barrier, get over that first, like you say, that you've got Facebook Live, which gives you the 3, 2, 1, and just makes you do it. Mm-hmm. But not everybody has the confidence to be able to do that. So what would you say to businesses that really want to have video involved in their business? Where do you think is the best place for them to start, or what kind of tips could you give them to get them on their road to video?
I recall the first time that I ever had to record a video. And ironically, even as a motivational speaker, I love communicating, I love talking with other people, and yet the moment this screen sat in front of me, and all of a sudden there's a distant sense, you don't know who's on the other side of it, and it starts to create quite an angst, some nervousness about being able to move forward. And one of the tips I was taught was, at the time I was having some really, really in-depth and quite enjoyable conversations with my teenage son, and I had lots of photographs of him, and I printed out a photograph of my son, and where his eye was, it's just a head and shoulder shot, and where his eye was, I cut out his eyeball and I stuck it over the lens of my webcam. As I was looking into the webcam, it just looked like I was having a conversation with my son, and it disguised the fact that I was talking to a camera, sufficient that by the time I watched it back and said, do you know what, that wasn't that bad, it gave me a little bit more confidence. But perhaps if I was going to suggest anywhere to start, then I noticed that you've started to be able to do some how-to videos.
Yes.
And I've been really impressed so far with the few that I've watched to date. I'm really looking forward to the series continuing, because I think there's lots of information that you're giving people with regards to understanding, one, the importance of, and two, breaking down some of those uncertainties about what to do and where to do. So maybe one of the things is to watch some more Hearts of Production videos.
Brilliant. Thank you for that. Amanda?
I've just literally written a blog on 7 ways to get more camera confident.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to remember them all off the top of my head, but what I want to say to people is that don't think that you need a massive camera, huge studio, all these lights and all of this kind of stuff to get going. All you need is your phone. You've got either an iPhone or an Android. Whatever phone that you've got is good enough for you to start. You don't need a massive camera. You don't need to invest in all of that kind of stuff. So just use what you have. Your phone has a microphone. If you want to have a better microphone, just invest in one of these little lapel things. You can give them more information about that.
Absolutely.
But the thing is that people, the reason why they stop the most, or what they say to me is because I haven't got the equipment. When in actual fact, you've got absolutely everything that you need. You just believe that you feel you need something bigger and better. Use your phone. Use the microphone that you have and just test stuff. You know, test it with nobody else there, test it by yourself, and also test it with people who will give you proper advice and say, I like this bit, I don't like that bit, maybe change your top because it's too busy or whatever. But you've got everything that you need. I think it's just about, there's a guy called Jay Bear, and one of his things is just push the button.
Absolutely. Well, there you go, people. Thank you very much for joining us for this little in-depth chat into your video. Again, for any information from this, including Amanda's blog and a link to their web pages, I'll put them on the link underneath the video. But yeah, I look forward to speaking to you all again soon. Thanks for watching.